The tension in Port Charles thickened as September moved into its middle weeks. The gunshot that nearly killed Drew still echoed in the minds of every major family in town, and questions about who pulled the trigger hung like smoke over the city. By now, Anna Devane had doubled her efforts in the investigation, and Dante Falconeri and Harrison Chase were working long nights under her lead. But in Port Charles, every truth hides under layers of secrets, and every secret has the power to shatter relationships. Lulu's dilemma. Lulu Spencer had always considered herself a seeker of truth. Her journalistic instincts made her restless when pieces of a puzzle didn't fit. Now, with Drew's shooting at the center of town gossip, she found herself staring at information that could implicate either Michael Corinthos or his powerful father, Sonny. Both men had built lives where loyalty meant everything, but Lulu knew that loyalty often clouded judgment. At night, Lulu sat alone in her apartment, papers scattered around her desk, evidence she had quietly pieced together from overheard conversations and notes passed along by old contacts. Her hands trembled as she considered what publishing such a story could mean. If she went forward, she risked alienating people she'd grown up around, friends who had once been like family. Yet, as a journalist, wasn't it her duty to shine light on the darkest corners of Port Charles? Her phone buzzed. A message from Brennan lit up the screen. "We need to talk." Bobby's Diner. Midnight. She sighed, knowing the conversation would lead her deeper into a web she wasn't sure she could escape. Brennan's Crossroads. Brennan had long walked the fine line between ally and adversary. His ties to the WSB gave him resources few others possessed, but his dealings with Colette had put him in jeopardy. As September nights grew colder, Brennan realized he was fighting battles on too many fronts. His agents were missing, his enemies were circling, and the city. The night in Port Charles was quiet, but Ava Jerome's heart raced. She stood in Alexis's dimly lit living room, whispering sharply to Christina. "We need to handle this right now," Ava insisted, her eyes darting toward the locked bedroom door. Behind that door, Rick lay tied to a gurney, a gag muffling his furious protests. If the police came sniffing around, if they even stepped inside this house, they would find him. And that discovery would destroy them all. Christina swallowed hard. If Mom slips up, if she says the wrong thing. "She won't," Ava cut in. "She can't." But Ava's own voice trembled. Secrets like this never stayed buried for long in Port Charles. Across town, Brennan sat in his office, his phone pressed tightly to his ear. His voice rose with frustration. "What do you mean their covers are blown?" His face flushed with anger. They could already be dead. The names haunted him, Jocelyn and Vaughn. His best operatives, caught in a game of betrayal. He slammed the phone down, suspicion burning in his mind. Colette. The double agent who had once promised him loyalty. Now she was selling him out, and Brennan knew it. Thousands of miles away, Croatia's cold night air bit into Jason Morgan's skin as he crept through the shadows of an abandoned compound. His gun was steady, his mind focused. When he turned a corner, there she was, Britt Westbourne. "Jason," she whispered, relief flooding her face. "I'm getting you out of here," Jason said firmly, reaching for her arm. But Britt shook her head. "No. Save Joss and Vaughn first. They don't stand a chance without you." Jason's chest tightened. Every instinct told him to protect her, to drag her out right now. But her eyes, pleading and determined, forced him to make a choice. "Fine," he growled. "But don't move from this spot." Back in Port Charles, Anna Devane gathered Dante Falconeri and Harrison Chase in her office. Papers cluttered the desk, evidence scattered like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle.